Tank, he got the power, and he got the equalizer. Anything can happen with Tank. But Tank give away a lot of rounds.
This big with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
A chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys.
Curmel Moton issues a strong warning to Lamont, urging him to think twice about stepping into a rematch with Gervonta Davis, with Davis's impressive new form on full display. Moton highlights the danger of facing a fighter whose power and polished skills have only grown. He emphasizes that Tank has rightfully earned his place as the face of boxing and cautions that whenever Davis steps into the ring, the outcome is never certain. According to Curmel, taking on Davis again is a high-stakes gamble that shouldn't be taken lightly.
You guys put the pressure, got some skills itself, and I feel like it's going to be a great fight. I know I'm the better fighter, the more sharper fighter, and I know I'm working harder than him, so, we're going to see. But I know that I have what it takes, and I'm going to prove it on the first.
Gervonta Davis's latest training footage is stirring major buzz. In a short gym clip, his physical transformation alone sends a clear warning he's visibly more muscular. Moving with explosive speed and laser focus, every punch carries sharp intent and chilling accuracy. Observers quickly point out that this isn't just Davis training, he's preparing to dominate. His intense form serves as a clear signal that he's approaching the upcoming rematch with deadly seriousness. Adding to the growing concern, Curmel Moton offers a rare, personal account from his own sparring experience with Davis. Speaking with a tone of respect and caution, Curmel recalls being overwhelmed not just by Davis's power, but by his precision, timing, and relentless pressure. He watched Tank break him down piece by piece, forcing him into pure survival mode. That session gave Curmel a deep understanding of why even seasoned fighters struggle against Davis. It's not just physical, it's psychological. Facing a fighter that calculated and relentless takes a toll that few are prepared for. Despite fully understanding the risks, Curmel once expressed a genuine interest in stepping into the ring with Gervonta Davis before the champion retires. It wasn't driven by ego, but by a deep desire to test himself against one of boxing's most complete fighters. For Curmel, facing an elite talent like Gervonta wasn't just about the fight. It was about discovering his own limits and measuring his place in the sport. That ambition, while undeniably dangerous, speaks to the mindset of a true fighter, someone who not only embraces challenge but respects greatness enough to confront it head.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me. Like, you coming out of it, what was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really like trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both like going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys. Then I also seen why I'm I got all this hype around me too.
The frequent comparisons between Curmel and Gervonta Davis haven't gone unnoticed. Curmel isn't offended. Instead, he sees it as a sign of how far he's come. Being mentioned in the same breath as a global star like Davis is, to him, a powerful acknowledgement of his potential. Curmel fully understands that Davis has become a defining force in modern boxing, known not just for his titles, but for delivering electrifying performances time and time again. That comparison isn't pressure, it's motivation. For Curmel, it's a challenge to rise and meet the standards set by one of the sport's best.
He is a big fight. Do you think Tank will retire before you can, because there is a small possibility. He's still at 35, so maybe you can catch him at 40 in 5 years, right? He's, 29? He'll be 29 November, or he's 29 now? One of the two, so he'll be 30. Technically, it'll be like him fighting Loma. Loma's 36, or you don't even think about that?
I don't think about it. I'm not really focused on it. I'm focused on now, my upcoming fights. Take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds. I do know Tank said that he ain't want to be around that much longer, though. From what he said, take care of, not Devin no more. He don't even want to fight Devin no more. But Shakur, what's he said, Tiafimo? I think he said he wanted to retire, but who knows.
Oscar de la Hoya, a seasoned voice in the sport, has weighed in on the upcoming clash with a clear perspective. While he acknowledges Lamont Roach's talent and technical skill, He doesn't mince words when it comes to Gervonta Davis. Hoya suggests that Roach is stepping into the ring with a completely different caliber of fighter, one who brings unmatched aggression and ring IQ. In his view, Lamont may be sharp, but the sheer intensity and explosiveness that Tank delivers make this matchup a highly dangerous challenge.
A lot of people compare you to Tank. When you hear that, like when they call you Tank 2.0 or whatever the case is, how do you feel about that?
I used to take it as like a compliment. When I was an amateur, I used to take it as a compliment. But they comparing me to Tank, you know, he faced the boxing, like the biggest names in the sport, real high skill. But now I feel like I want to make a name for myself. I don't want to be 2.0 or nobody. I want to be the first me, you know, and make my own name.
Punch Frank Martin has offered a candid assessment ahead of the rematch. While he respects Lamont Roach's skill set, he doesn't expect the night to go smoothly for him. From Martin's perspective, Gervonta Davis's blend of power and ring control will eventually wear Roach down. He predicts that Davis will apply steady, unrelenting pressure, pushing Roach into survival mode as the fight progresses. Martin's take is rooted in first-hand knowledge of the physical and mental strain a relentless fighter like Davis brings from the very first bell.
No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good.
Steven Espinoza offers a broader perspective on the conversation, highlighting where Gervonta Davis is at his absolute best. According to Espinoza, Davis is most dominant in the 135-pound division, where his speed and power are perfectly balanced. While Davis has stepped up to 140 before, it's at lightweight where he truly shines. Espinoza also sheds light on some of the behind-the-scenes challenges in making mega fights happen, specifically pointing to the failed negotiations with Shocker Stevenson, which he attributes to deeper contractual complications. Despite those setbacks, Espinoza remains confident in Davis's trajectory, calling his star power undeniable and still very much on the rise.
They're trying to give that fight more of a, like, oh, it's going to be a good fight, but no, Roach is a decent fighter, but Tank gonna dog him. Tank gonna dog him.
For sure, I agree.
Inside Gervonta Davis's camp, training is far from routine. It's a display of dominance. One moment in particular stood out. He reportedly dropped a sparring partner with a single punch, drawing stunned reactions from even veteran trainers. It's not an isolated incident. Tank's power regularly overwhelms opponents in training, much like it does under the lights on fight night. His focus is razor sharp, and the message is clear. Davis isn't just preparing to win the rematch, he's preparing to make a statement.
Yeah, for sure.
Waking up in Texas and coming over here, I'm like, geez, that cold is different, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Steven, Tank versus Lamont Roach, right? March 1st, we're going to get this fight here in New York. There are a lot of questions of why Lamont Roach, right? Let's not discredit him. He's a great fighter, great chin, high IQ. But why Lamont Roach? That's the questions that all the fans are asking at the beginning.
Look, I think the reality is, I think those are fair questions. I mean, look, when you have fighters the caliber of Tank, you know, of Canelo, the bar is always high. You know, when you continue to perform well against high-level opposition, you know, people expect a lot from you know, there were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, you know, early on, like back early, you know, for 2024 before this was scheduled. Didn't get very far for reasons I won't go into. But
come on.
You know, I just think there were, you know, I'm not sure that the time was right. I think, you know, what Shakur was looking for was something different than, you know, he was looking for more of a long-term commitment other than just doing one fight, you know, and so he's got his deal, you know, he's getting busy, he's got a fight scheduled, and, you know, maybe we'll pick up and do something there. But aside from that, I mean, to be candid, you know, those are the big names at 135. I know Tank has gone up to 140, and he would on occasion. He hasn't looked the best there. You know, overall, I think 135 is his best weight.